Hi, I'm Joseph Pannell, former chronic insomniac for 20 years. I overcame my insomnia with what I now share with people. I've now trained in sleep medicine, so let's get stuck in. So we have a question here from @CrazyMage, KEKW711. I have a question regarding sleep quality. Should I care about getting as much as possible deep sleep, doing things like exercising, light therapy, etc.? Yes, it is important to focus on sleep quality rather than sleep quantity. However, anything you do obsessively, ritualistically, can very quickly backfire and cause you to trip down the rabbit hole of insomnia, which you probably already got because you're on this channel. But yeah, it can really exacerbate the problem. People with insomnia, they've already got a laundry list of 1,000 things they have to do. And then in terms of not getting enough deep sleep, if you only believe that because you've got a watch that tells you that, please put it in the bin. We've got a saying in sleep medicine, the brain is not the wrist. These watches only monitor heartbeat, they only monitor movement, so the data coming back from them is completely inaccurate. But yeah, sleep quality is important to get, and certainly exercising during the day, science has proven will improve the amount of time it takes you to fall asleep, reduce the amount of nighttime awakenings you're getting, and will get in light first thing. A very important way of anchoring your body clock in the morning is to get that light first thing, and using light therapy boxes, especially in the winter, can be a good idea. But really just the basics is what's going to help you get this good sleep quality. Waking up at the same time every single day, spending less time in bed, and that will improve your sleep quality. But yeah, as I said, if you've got 1,001 things you have to do to try and sleep, 1,001 things you can't do in order to try and protect it, it's very easy to trip down the rabbit hole of insomnia. To do these things lightly, do them loosely, but just please don't get too controlling and obsessive around your sleep. Great question, thank you. So, right, we've got one here in Mandarin. I had to look this up because I don't speak Mandarin. You know, I know about sleep and a little bit about chess, but yeah, I don't speak Mandarin, so I had to look this up. It translates as cherish all gratitude, which is a beautiful name. And the question is, hi Joe, I struggle to sleep every night and am having chronic insomnia for about 4 months now. I set a sleep window starting from 12 a.m, but I was sleepless throughout the window, even though I felt really sleepy when going to bed. What would you suggest for me to do? Do I leave the bed when I can't sleep? I'm currently on some pills for my anxiety too. Your inputs would be greatly appreciated. So yeah, if you're new to the channel and you don't know about the sleep window is an incredibly powerful tool to essentially get you to spend less time in bed. That means there's less time in bed spent anxious, stressed, worried, and it helps rebuild your pattern of sleep by strengthening your sleep drive and your body clock as well. I'll cue that video up in the comment section if you want to set your own sleep window, but she's finding that actually she didn't sleep even though she set it. Well, it's important to understand if you are setting yourself a sleep window, it doesn't work the first night. You'll probably start seeing some sort of improvements in a week, so maybe 2. But if you've only done it for 1 or 2 nights, which is what this question suggests, it won't work right away. I would say give it a bit more time, and you will find that you will actually start sleeping within your sleep window. As for feeling sleepy before going to bed and then wide awake as soon as you crawl into it, this is incredibly common for people with insomnia. So really what's going on here, there's 2 things. One is that there's the conditioned response to the bed being a place of anxiety, stress, worry, and wakefulness. The other is a shift in intent as soon as you crawl into bed. So in terms of a conditioned response to the bed being a place of worry and wakefulness, imagine I told you that in 2 hours you have to go to the torture chamber. Doesn't matter how calm, relaxed you are, how sleepy you are, heart rate, body temperature, adrenaline, cortisol is going to go through the roof. As soon as you step into that, that's going to times by 10. And so this is what happens with people with insomnia when they spend so long in bed fighting, forcing, pleading with sleep. They start training and conditioning their brain that the bed isn't this lovely, calm, happy, relaxed place. It's a place where they worry and ruminate in. So that's why you can be calm, happy, relaxed, and feeling sleepy and sat on the sofa, and then instantly alert as soon as your head hits the pillow. Another thing that is going on with that sleepy feeling suddenly vanishing is that when you're downstairs on the sofa watching TV, for example, you're not trying to sleep, so wakefulness isn't something that is threatening to you. As soon as you crawl into bed, there's that shift in intent. You start making loads of effort to sleep. You start getting angry and annoyed about the fact that you're not asleep. And then that causes all that hyper-analysis, the obsession, the control, fear, the worry. Wolf, big fat chubby one has walked into your bedroom. You're now in that fight or flight stress response that I talk about a lot on my videos. So basically what I would say in response to this is just give that sleep window time. It will work, but it's not going to work right away. But this is all about patience, consistency, a lot of self-kindness, and just don't expect you're going to get this really fast linear progress out of insomnia. This stuff is hard and it does take time and a lot of patience. So question number 3, this is from JPEI50G. Interested to hear your thoughts or opinions on sleep chronotype. Seems to be getting a lot of discussion among more mainstream sleep circles, although I'm not suggesting there's no validity to the science behind it. However, I'm somewhat skeptical of how impactful it is, and more importantly, how practical it is when most people don't really have control over their schedule as it is, based around work, etc. It seems to me that humans are quite adaptable in general, and that consistency of bed and waking time might be more important than the specific hour at which one goes to sleep. 100% I would agree with that. You've obviously been on my channel for a while. Yes, when it comes to sleep chronotype, I see it more as a circadian preference rather than this fixed rule that you're either a night owl or a morning lark. And the body clock, it can be shifted, and humans are, like you said, incredibly adaptable. If you couldn't shift and change your body clock, that means that if you were to move between time zones, say move from England to the Philippines, you're never going to shift onto that new time zone. So if you did have this fixed chronotype, then no one will be able to leave the country in which they're born. Yet, people do tend to have a preference to either waking up early or going to bed late and waking up late. But that's more usually due to their lifestyle and what they enjoy. But certainly you can shift your body clock. So simply, if you want to start waking up early, what do? You start waking up early. So you don't start going to bed early. You'd set yourself the fixed wake time that you'd like to have, let's say 6 a.m. Start waking up at that time consistently. Eventually, the sleep drive and the body clock will then learn to make you feel sleepier earlier, and you will then become a morning riser. You'll become a morning lark. So yeah, I think it's more down to habits and behaviors more than this fixed chronotype. So we've got another great question from Official Gaming 11. Hey, why is it one day I can sleep, and then next day I can't sleep, then can sleep, then 2 days I can't sleep? Why is that worry and fear happening? Also, at night, I feel hyper-aroused, such as a racing heart, butterflies in the tummy, tossing and turning. When I take a supplement for sleep, I can sleep. The days I don't take a supplement, I get extremely hyper-aroused, I'm worried. And why is that, coach? Well, In terms of why you're kind of getting this up and down progress with your sleep, I would say that, first of all, I would like to normalize it for you. It's so common. I've even got a term for it. I call it the yo-yo phase. And the reason why this happens is because often when you first start these behavioral changes that I outline on the YouTube videos, you've still got a lot of anxiety and you've still got a lot of stress. You've still got a lot of worry around your sleep. There's still that hyper analysis of it. So you can get these ups and downs when you first start the program. The more you settle into it, the more you relax, the more you step back from it, the more you'll find that these ups and downs, or these peaks and troughs, will start smoothing out. So it's a very common thing to happen. It happened to me during my own sleep program, happens to pretty much all my clients. I'd say, don't worry about it, give it time, give it patience, and things will start smoothing out. And in terms of why a sleep supplement can help bring that anxiety, that stress, that worry down around sleep, is not because of the supplement itself in most cases. It's because you delegate the work of sleeping onto that supplement. So before you take it, you're really anxious, you're really stressed, you're really worried about sleep. You take it and then you go, okay, I can sleep now, I can relax. You stop fighting sleep, you stop forcing sleep, you stop pleading with it. You've kind of got that confidence back that you can sleep because you've taken the supplement, and because there isn't that underlying anxiety, because there isn't that hyperarousal you talked about, and then you drift off to sleep. And so what I kind of find really helpful when it comes to sleep supplement, 100% keep taking them if you find them helpful. At some point, you'll probably find that one night you just forget to take them, you sleep absolutely fine, and then you realize that you don't actually need them. But I would say, again, with a lot of my advice, patient, time, consistency, self-love, self-kindness, and you'll get there. And don't do anything actively to try and get rid of these sleep supplements. You'll find that they just slowly start phasing out, the more water under the bridge that you have. All right, thanks very much for these fantastic questions. If you'd like to ask any yourself, put them in the comment section of my video. Sleepsea.com if you want a step-by-step, week-by-week program. Think you're gonna love it. Really helpful and non-expensive, and it will get you, just like it's done for hundreds of other people, from insomnia to the best sleep of your life. All right, thanks very much. Bye.